What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKL Pugilism Boxing channel where we talk all things boxing. Like, subscribe, hit a bell notification, all that good stuff. Without further ado, let's get into this one. So, Anthony Joshua fights last night with the big comeback. Loads of people talking about if you don't get rid of this guy in 6 rounds, then his career's over. He should retire, blah, blah, blah. And the outcome was pretty much what I predicted in my sort of preview video to the fight. Because looking into the mentality of Anthony Joshua, he is a lot more careful nowadays. He is not reckless. He doesn't really go for the kill as much. He really thinks about what he does nowadays, and he's a lot more careful than how he was sort of towards the beginning of his career. I think since the Ruiz loss, there's a lot of sort of mental scars and mental things there where he's concerned about what is coming back at him, and he's worried, and he's very careful about what he does. He's becoming more of a sort of thinking fighter than a wrecking machine. And I think in this fight, coming into it, he needed to be more the wrecking machine. He needed to be the destroyer. He needed to sort of get this job done inside the distance. But he seemed to be in a space where he was quite concerned. He was quite careful with Franklin. You could see when Franklin would hit him, he would not panic so much, but you could tell that he'd tie his man up. And throughout this fight, I'd say the overall sort of story or conclusion of the whole matter is that yes, he won, yes, he got the victory, which is the most important thing. As his coach was saying, Derek James, that look, I don't care how he gets the victory, I don't care how he wins, I just care that he wins. And to be quite frank with you, that is the most important thing, to get a win. But the way in which he got this win, which was on points, wasn't a satisfactory victory for the fans as far as the public perception goes. As far as his critics and his detractors go, I think they are going to have a field day with this performance, because he seemed to be kind of tentative. He seemed to be at times a little bit hesitant. What my frustration watching it sort of as a fan was that there were several moments in this fight where he could have just sort of let rip and let his hands go, especially in those championship rounds. I mean, I give it to him that, yeah, okay, the first, let's say 3-4, you're warming up, you're getting into the fight. And he was winning the fight very comfortably. I mean, this was probably, 10-2 or 8-4 sort of fight where, Franklin didn't really win many of the rounds, but I think AJ in this fight allowed Franklin to sort of gain a lot of confidence. He allowed him to gain a lot of confidence, and he allowed Franklin to sort of get into the fight a bit. Something he did quite well was to sort of nullify Franklin on the inside by sort of holding him, and he did a good bit of work in the when they were up close and personal in a few exchanges with the uppercuts. But for me, overall, I look at his performance by AJ. I'm happy he got the victory, but he seems to still have the mental scarring from his losses, and he doesn't seem to have quite gotten over it. Because he's in there, and you look at him and you think, wow, this guy's got all the physical attributes that you need. He's got a new trainer now, new coach, seems to be giving him good advice in the corner and stuff. And he just seems to be looking for this sort of perfect shot. Throughout that fight, there were many times where he'd back Franklin up for a good stiff jab, and then he wouldn't follow up with his combinations, or wouldn't follow up even with the straight right hand. And yeah, it was one of those performances where it was overall quite disappointing to look at, and it shows me that, okay, as of right now, you wouldn't want to put him in against Wilder, although Wilder, he just fought Robert Helenius, a guy who's kind of tailor-made for him. But at the same time, with Wilder, you can see the confidence. You can see Wilder really believes in himself. That you don't see like hesitation in this game or anything like that. You see that this is a man that, okay, easy-ish opponent to come back against, but he was ready, he was prepared, he was confident in himself. Whereas AJ, you look at him and there's a lack of confidence, and it seems that may take some time to rebuild. So as far as what Anthony Joshua does next, I don't know, a Tyson Fury fight, you know, is as I would have said before, you know, he's at this point with these performances, he's not going to beat Tyson Fury like that. It's not going to be close, you know. Tyson Fury just sort of takes him on and takes him out, sort of thing, just based on the confidence alone. So I think for me, he's got to sort of take some more, I suppose, rebuilding fights. Maybe take on someone like a Dillian White or someone of that caliber, and he needs to somehow get that confidence back, and that might mean fighting some guys lower down the rankings and whatnot, just to sort of get his confidence back, because he just seems to lack that killer instinct. You know, that was very evident throughout the fight. He just seems to sort of lack the killer instinct, and he seems to not be willing to just let his hands go for the kill. I mean, admittedly, Jermaine Franklin did take the punch as well, but I honestly thought to myself, when he lands his good shots, his big right hands, and you know, landed a few good uppercuts in there, and you know, there were several times in the fight where he had, you know, Joshua had a lot of success, but then he just seemed to not want to go all in and not want to sort of let his hands go, and even in the final round, you know, he was winning the fight very clearly, and you know, he got Franklin going sometimes, but it was just like he just refused to sort of let his hands go. I mean, Franklin, to his credit, he performed quite well. He didn't come close to win the fight, but he had a lot of success. He took shots and walked through him sometimes. So yeah, he deserves a bit of credit too. But overall, with AJ, it's great that he got the win. I'm happy he got the win, but again, it's still as far as the fans go, you know, all the detractors and the Joshua, the people who don't like him, they're going to have a field day with this performance, because again, it was kind of unsatisfactory to look at. But anyway, congrats to him for the win, and yeah, I hope he continues to rebuild. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Who do you think he should take on next? Do you think Anthony Joshua is finished? And you know, overall, just let me know what you thought of the performance. And until next time, MKO Pugilism is over and out.